All right, can you hear me all right?
Yep.
All right, I just wanted to introduce myself again. I'm Rylan Shim, a freshman here at UF, and I just really appreciate you taking this time with me. Okay, and like I said in the email, this interview, I'm just hoping to better understand how your medical education and personal experiences influence the tendency to prescribe physical activity. This interview, like I said, just to let you know, is just for my class and will be shared publicly, and also it will be recorded. With that, do you have any questions before we begin?
Well, thank you, Ryan, for reaching out. I don't really have any questions at the moment, so feel free to proceed with any of your questions whenever you're ready.
All right. So, where did you attend medical school and when?
I attended medical school at the University of Virginia, UVA, and I graduated from there in 2003.
Awesome. And where do you currently work?
I'm currently working as a pediatrician in Nova Children's Hospital in Fairfax, Virginia.
Okay. So when you were at UVA, how did your medical school education, did it educate you on physical activity?
Well, during my time in UVA medical school, the curriculum primarily focused on core medical knowledge and clinical skills. While there wasn't really a specific course dedicated solely to physical activity, the importance of lifestyle factors, including like physical activity, was integrated into various aspects of our education. There was a lot of like discussions on preventative medicine and patient counseling, and it touched a little bit on physical activity, but however, like I must admit, the formal education on physical activity was not a major really component in our curriculum at the time.
Okay, interesting. So with that, how did your education at UVA influence your views on incorporating physical activity into your practice, or if did it at all?
So my time at UVA definitely laid a strong foundation for my medical career, but when it comes to physical activity, it was more about understanding like its importance rather than getting specific guidance on how to incorporate that into my practice. We learned about the basics of preventative medicine and how lifestyle factors like diet and exercise play a role in like overall health.
Yeah.
But physical activity is for kids' well-being, and seeing firsthand the benefits it can have on things like mood and weight management, even chronic conditions like asthma, really like solidified for me the importance of integrating physical activity recommendations into my patients' care. So.
Okay. Now that you've been working as a physician, primarily in pediatrics, what are some specific ways you incorporate physical activity into a patient's standard of care?
So over the years, I found a few ways to kind of weave physical activity into my patient's care plan. One thing I always do is just talk to both the kids and their parents about the importance of like staying active and getting outside, and I ask about their daily routines, what supports or activities they enjoy, and any barriers they might face in getting moving. And then also, like, based on those answers, I'll tailor my recommendations. Sometimes it's honestly as simple as encouraging them to take walks as a family after dinner, or maybe signing up for a local sports team. For kids with specific health concerns like asthma or obesity, I'll try and work with them to come up with a more personalized plan. And try to kind of lead them by example too. I share my stories about how my own family stays active, and kind of like relate with them on a basis that they'll understand. And it's really all about finding what works best for them and each individual patient, and to make like physical activity a regular part of their lives.
Yeah, so I know you just touched on leading by example. So how has practicing medicine changed you and your thoughts on physical activity?
Well, I would say practicing medicine has really opened my eyes to how important physical activity is for my overall health. I always knew it was important, but I think seeing the impact it can have on my patients firsthand has really reinforced that belief. Whether it's really helping kids manage their weight or improve their mood or even chronic conditions, it's pretty clear that physical activity plays a huge role in their well-being. As a pediatrician, I feel responsibility to not just talk the talk, but also walk the walk, so to speak. So seeing the positive changes in my patients when they start incorporating more physical activity in their lives has really only strengthened my conviction with promoting its key aspects of the pediatric care.
Wow, that's awesome. So with that, what are some of the biggest barriers you see for those patients who aren't physically active?
I would say the biggest barriers are probably patients who aren't physically active, like that include like busy schedules or kind of like limited access in their home life to safe places to play. Personal barriers, kind of like self-confidence or physical limitations due to health conditions or injuries. Overcoming those barriers often require a lot of support and encouragement. It's really hard to tailor those to each individual family.
So what are some physical activities or habits you recommend patients to incorporate in their day-to-day lives?
Well, there's plenty of options, but one thing I definitely often recommend is encouraging kids to just get outside and play. I mean, that's usually the easiest option for little children, but whether it's riding bikes or playing tag or whatever it is, there's a lot of ways to have fun and get moving. Other ideas I have mentioned in the past are just like taking walks with the family or friends and just dancing around the living room or to their favorite song, or even simple exercises like jumping jacks or push-ups during TV commercials. The key is just finding activities that they enjoy and can fit into their daily routine, so it doesn't feel like a chore or something to add to their to-do list when they already feel very overwhelmed in their day-to-day lives.
Yeah, I see. So how have your personal experience shaped your perspective on physical activity for your patients?
My personal experiences have definitely played a big role in shaping my perspective on physical activity. But as a parent myself, I understand firsthand the challenges of families face in trying to prioritize physical activity between work, school, and all this stuff going on. It can be really tough to find time and energy to get active. But at the same time, I've also seen how important it is for my own kids and health and well-being. So that's something I think I try and keep in mind when working with my patients and their families. I try to be like empathetic and understanding of their struggles and also provide them with the support and guidance that they need to make physical activity a regular part of their lives.
That's really good. So before we close, is there any other information you think that's valuable to share for this interview?
Well, I think it's really important to remember that physical activity isn't really just about staying fit. It's about fostering a lifelong habit. And whether it's through sports or whatever you are attracted to, finding ways to be active as a family, or it's just about setting kids up for success, and just not just about the future, you know?
Yeah. So, I mean, thank you so much for taking this time, answering questions for me. This is very, very much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I had a great time talking with you, Rylan. You're welcome, and it's really my pleasure to just participate in this interview and insights on physical health. It's something I'm really passionate about. So if you have any further questions, always feel free to reach out, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Yep, bye.